What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, guys, we are back with another figure preview video, and today we are taking a look at Wolverine TVA jacket version from the movie, obviously Deadpool and Wolverine, which was just released a couple of days ago. So before I do start on the figure preview, if you guys have not watched Deadpool and Wolverine, I would possibly not suggest watching this video yet, as I am going to drop a couple of spoilers to the movie. Now I'm not going to drop any spoilers as far as the plot of the movie or the cameos that were in the movie. Today I'm just going to be talking about the figure specifically, but obviously to talk about the figure, I have to talk about the origin of the figure, where it comes from, and why we get this version of Wolverine, right? So I will drop a couple of spoilers for the movie. Again, not too many. So if you guys want to tune in and haven't watched the movie itself, I think you guys should be fine. I think what's set up for the movie and what's going to be in the movie is a lot more exciting than what I will be discussing for this specific figure, right? But again, just kind of wanted to drop that small warning before I do start on the actual figure preview, that I am going to drop a couple of small spoilers for the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. So if you guys want to stick around, feel free to do so, or if you guys want to wait to watch until you guys watch the movie, I completely understand, right? I just wanted to be honest and drop that warning before I do start on the figure preview. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, today we are doing the Hot Toys Wolverine, the TVA jacket version from the movie. This is the second Wolverine already that we're getting for this movie. Obviously the first figure was the regular Wolverine, and I must honestly say I am shocked to know that we are getting this specific Wolverine. So again, spoiler, this specific image, or I guess figure, right, we'd get him at the very end of the movie, and we really only got this side of Wolverine for, I would say, possibly maybe 2 minutes of screen time. So I am very surprised that we're getting a second version like this. But obviously I think the big thing about this figure is obviously the silicone body, right? I think this is the first time that, well, since I've been a collector, that we get a regular skin shirtless character. Obviously we get Hugh Jackman completely shirtless, right? And the body is completely made out of silicone, so we do not gain any seam lines except for the wrist and the hands, which I will discuss a big issue that I have with that a little bit later on in the video. But pretty much this is I guess the big thing about this figure specifically, that for the first time we get a full kind of top body silicone body that has no seam lines. And I must say, this figure is absolutely awesome. I cannot tell you how great that silicone body looks. So let's go ahead and start with the images, right? Why not? So again, as I mentioned before, pretty much this version of Wolverine gets shown at the very end of the movie, right? We pretty much get like a 1 to 2 minute kind of screen time for the guy. So he is completely shirtless, and pretty much the silicone body does have cuts. It has his abs, muscle marks, the vein work on the arms, the chest hair. Everything looks absolutely spot on and flawless. It looks great. This is possibly the best body I've ever seen Hot Toys make. I mean, for me personally, it's the first time that I see a shirtless regular skin kind of, figure be made, right? Obviously, for example, we got a Wonder Woman, which her body was fully silicone, right? But obviously she has her clothing, right? With Wolverine, he's completely shirtless, right? And to be honest with you guys, since I already watched the movie, I think the regular Hugh Jackman looks even more muscular than this actual figure, right? But still, in all, to me, Hot Toys did a phenomenal job with the body itself. Again, as I mentioned before, the abs, the cuts, the chest hair, the muscles, the vein work, everything looks spot on. The face sculpt is going to be pretty much the same as the regular Wolverine figure that was just released a couple of weeks ago, right? Now he does have this TVA jacket that they pretty much put on him, and again, spoiler alert, so the reason he wears this TVA jacket is just pretty much because of him being shirtless. So I think Deadpool didn't want people to be so impressed with him, so they just put the jacket on him so that way he could at least have some type of clothing, right? So that's the reason we get this jacket. Again, again, I'm surprised once again, as I mentioned before, that we're getting this Wolverine. I mean, the guy, we only saw this specific version of the figure for a couple of minutes, so it's surprising to me. But I think Hot Toys finally wanted a chance to do a full silicone body of a specific figure, and I think they got the perfect chance here with Wolverine. And why not do it with such an amazing movie that I just had the chance to watch. It was a fantastic movie, a really good movie, so I definitely recommend it. And again, as I mentioned before, I will not give spoilers as far as the plot or the cameos. Again, I'm just giving the origins of the figure itself. So pretty much he does have a lot of display of hands. So obviously we have the regular claw, open claws hands, right, with the metal claws, and then we have the regular closed fist, right. We do get a display base with pretty much the scenery, which pretty much is kind of like a little kind of locker room with TVA paperwork. I'll be honest with you guys, I watched the movie, but I can't remember this being there, right? Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention too much to Wolverine and Deadpool themselves, but I don't remember this locker room. But again, this is the display base or diorama base that Hot Toys has decided to include for this specific figure, right? To me, I'm okay with it, no issues with it whatsoever. To me, I'm looking forward most to the figure, right? Now, as you guys can see, he does have his pants and his boots, and pretty much those two seem to be made out of fabric. They do have a lot of dirt applications, right? A lot of weathering. Obviously, again, this is at the end of the movie, so pretty much Wolverine has been fighting all movie long, so it is completely understandable for him to have all this weathering as well as the body. So to me, no issues with that whatsoever, right? Now, here is my issue with the figure, right? So, and actually, you know what? No, let me rephrase that, guys. To me, it's not an issue. To me, it's just a recommendation. See, to me, we're already getting a regular Wolverine with all these different variety of hand displays, and also we're getting the Wolverine head sculpt, right? So because we're already getting a regular Wolverine and this is just like an alternative look that he had through the movie, I would have preferred for them to do a 100% complete silicone body. And what I mean by that, I also mean the hands, right? So obviously the hands, because they are interchangeable, I am thinking they're going to be made out of plastic, right? So that seam line between the wrists, I mean, it's not going to be horrible because obviously the whole body is seamless, right? But having that seam line in between the wrists and the hands is going to avoid perfection for us, right? So to me, I would have personally been fine with just one display of hands. Why? Because again, we're already getting a full display of hands with the regular Wolverine figure. So to me, if they would have decided just to do one pair of hands for this guy, that would have been fully connected to the whole figure. So again, it would have been just a full figure, a full complete figure. I would have been okay with that because again, as I mentioned before, it's just an alternative look to the character, right? Now, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. To me, that's just my personal opinion. I have not heard it from anybody else. So I would like to know what you guys think about what I'm saying right now, about them doing a full silicone complete body, including the hands. Again, I would have been okay if I don't get the chance to interchange the hands because again, it's just an alternative look, right? So again, just my personal opinion, right? Let me know what you guys think about it, right? But that's probably the only issue that I could have had. Now, the head sculpt itself, we talked about it whenever we did the regular Wolverine figure preview. This is an absolutely amazing head sculpt for Hugh Jackman. Obviously, this time he does get a couple of blood scratch marks, right? So that would be probably the difference. But as far as the rotating eyes, the hairstyle, the facial expression, it's pretty much the same as the regular Wolverine figure. But then just look at those cuts right here. This is probably the closest look that we get to his chest. The chest hair, I mean, it just looks absolutely flawless. The muscles, the vein work, it looks like, to be honest with you guys, to me it looks like a regular human being. I am honestly completely surprised how great this silicone body looks, right? It looks very muscular, and it is a fantastic figure, right? Now, I'm not sure if it's the greatest look for Wolverine, right? But obviously Hot Toys is just doing what they did in the movie, right? So to me, it is completely spot on. Obviously, the face sculpt looks exactly as Wolverine. One thing that I did forget to mention also, he does have his Wolverine mask, right? But this time it's going to be half of the mask because he did obviously rip it off. So as you guys can see right here, he did rip it off, right? At the on that final scene, right? Whenever he helps Deadpool at the end. One last thing also, he does have a regular crotch grabber, although this seems to be a little bit longer of an extension for that crotch grabber than most. So that is a good thing. And as I mentioned before, right, the diorama base that comes with the figure, right? So pretty much everything everything else, it's gonna be just images. As I mentioned before, muscular silicone upper body with seamless design from neck to arms. It is an absolute masterpiece, and no question, this is a must get. Even though the figure only got around 2 to 3 minutes of screen time, because for the first time we get a seamless silicone upper body with a figure that is completely shirtless. That's what we have. That's why, to me, you guys have to go for this figure again for the last time. The vein work, the blood, the cuts, the chest hair, the muscles, everything, a completely flawless silicone body. For sure the best body that I've seen out of any Hot Toys figure. And to me, I think they took advantage and finally got a shirtless character, so they went ahead and did it with Mr. Wolverine himself, Hugh Jackman, right? So pretty much that's all I have to say for the figure. As I mentioned before, right, same head sculpt, right? To me, the big thing about this is, again, the silicone body, but we do get the TVA jacket just to kind of give it another look. Me personally, I still don't know how I'm going to display the figure. We'll get to that once we actually get the figure in about a year or two. Also, I think we do get this knife as well that he does have at the end of the series, at the end of the scene, if I'm not mistaken, right? Please correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if that's one of Deadpool's knives. That's something that we would have to look at in the accessories part of the description of the figure, right? But other than that, pretty much this would be it for the figure. This is not an exclusive figure, so if you guys are interested in purchasing him, I will include the link to Sideshow Collectibles, so that way you guys can go ahead and purchase him, right? And let me know what you guys think about the figure. Give me your thoughts. Leave it in the comment section what you guys think about the figure itself. Or if you actually guys want to tell me what you guys thought of the movie as well, right? I will definitely be an open book and respond to you guys as well. So again, this would be pretty much it for this Wolverine TVA jacket 1/6 scale collectible figure preview video. As always, want to thank you for the continued support, for watching my videos. Again, as I always like to say, if it's the first time that you're watching me, welcome aboard. If you guys like Hot Toys and videos, unboxings, figure preview videos, this is the perfect channel to watch. I try to stay as as continuous as I possibly can, right? So feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell, so that we are always updated anytime that I do drop a video. So as I mentioned before, I want to thank you guys for joining me today on this new Wolverine figure preview video. Thank you for the support, and I will see you next time.